the hell? Blue from the frickin' PlayStation stayed on the screen a while longer for some reason. Anyways, I'm on the TamBoTC channel. I was not expecting that when starting this video. But I wanted to talk about Fable, the new Fable game, because I have some thoughts on the new Fable. I'm a big fan of the first three Fables, yes, even three. But I just felt like, I was even talking about this with my friends, I feel like the new Fable looks styleless, not stylish, styleless, like it has almost no style to it, no art style, nothing definitive that stands out, nothing like visually that isn't trying to look realistic, or like every other freaking realistic looking ass fantasy game that was either shown there or at other frickin' showcases in the past, or to be in the future even. It just kind of looks like every other fantasy game trying to be realistic, and it just doesn't have a style or look to it that stands out. Like the original Fable games had like a style, like look at the character models alone, the frickin' with the weird ass limb proportions in their heads and stuff. Like, there was a style to the way the characters looked and stuff, and you could even see that when they were going to do frickin' Fable Legends before that got canceled. You can see it in, like, the chiseled jaw lines of the people. Like, there was something very specific to the way people looked, both in their face, their facial structure, and their body proportions and such. And then that would also translate into the visuals of like the backgrounds, like the buildings and stuff, or the creatures. I just didn't really feel that, other than maybe a freaking that one tree monster, whatever the frick that thing was. It just doesn't feel like it had that, and a lot of the characters just look like people in real life. It feels very generic. I was just going, oh no, it's not, okay. I don't know, it just feels like there's no look to it. And I feel like even though Peter Molyneux is not perfect and is certainly like, he's the equivalent of Todd Howard, but not good at the being a good salesman part. With all the lies he tells on how grand his games are and their scope and stuff, and what they're able to accomplish, it still felt like there was a passion there that, like, it's sad to say, like, when I'm just trying to compliment Peter Molyneux, it's like, you freaking screwed up somewhere. I know I just one person with that, but goddamn, you shouldn't have a single person even say that. And it's just, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of seeing all these games that look like they're trying to be frickin' just real life instead of having a unique style. And, like, that would be fine otherwise. Like, The Witcher tries to be kind of realistic, I guess, and stuff. But, like, Fable is not one of those games. It was not established as one of those. And even if this is, like, meant to be a reboot, it's just such a soulless feeling reboot. And then the other problems I have with the game, such as just from looking at the trailers and stuff, the humor feels freaking tainted. Like, the humor wasn't anything super superb or amazing. It was still, like, very, like, it's European humor. It's not as masterful as, like, say, Monty Python or, like, Mr. Bean with silent humor. It would have the humor where it doesn't need, like, dialogue, like with the opening cutscenes or the trailers of like the chicken playing out almost like a Looney Tunes scenario of trying to get away from all sorts of dangerous situations. And like even the third game had John Cleese in it, so there was still some good humor here and there, and it felt like very European kind of humor. This kind of humor, if it was Disney-fied, kind of like Marvel humor, Like, the frickin' part with a giant toad for some reason was like, how is that supposed to be funny? Oh, well, your guy is running away. You just started booking it. Like, even, like, you can tell, actually, in the elves' designs and stuff, if they would stop running away. Okay, they ran away. God damn it. Oh, no, here they are.
This doesn't concern you, citizen.
Like, look at the designs of their faces. Or their clothing or something. Oh god, I forgot I had that mod on. And you would see that style too in like Markarth and the way that city's designed, or Riften, or Whiterun. Or just the way the world looks too here. Like, it's got an art style, it's got a unique look. Same with like Oblivion, and then even I would say Morrowind. And just like the previous Fable games, there's a unique look to them. And then, of course, the humor is tainted with bad freaking humor. I don't know, it just feels fairly generic. And like it's not doing anything. I'm hoping there's really, like, interesting armor sets and weapons for the game, and also from the previous games when it comes to the evil or good that you do, as well as like flirting with people and getting married, all that kind of stuff. Are they gonna still have stuff like that? Because like that stuff is still immersive and still pretty cool to have in games. Like, I think Fable is not the first game, but one of the first games that kind of pushed that into what later games would do. Like, Elder Scrolls games now have you do, like, marriage, or Fallout and stuff, you flirt with characters. It's like, it clearly had an influence in those areas, in the way that you interacted with people, and got them to like or dislike you. You could be the most evil bastard, or the nicest person in the world. And it was pretty cool. And then, of course, you had your own dog that could come along with you on adventures as the games went. You got a dog. There was co-op, and then there's also the fact that you can choose between playing a female or male or whatever. You had like character options, technically, kind of like character creation, but maybe not quite. But it was definitely going somewhere with that stuff. But it seems like they're limiting that kind of stuff from what I'm seeing, unless that they haven't entirely shown every little aspect of it. I just don't feel like what they have game very well, especially when it comes to the humor and the look of the world. Like, that stuff already kind of makes me go like, this is Fable. I do kind of like that one trailer that showed the fairy getting eaten by a flower. That was like one of the first trailers they showed. That felt very Fable. I think that felt very Fable. But then when they started showing the trailers after that of Fable, and they started showing all the other characters in the world, and it just didn't feel like Fable anymore. It felt like any other generic fantasy that was trying to be realistic looking rather than having, once again, a style. Yeah. I care deeply for the Fable series. It's definitely a flawed series, and I kind of miss it. But I don't know if this is how I want Fable returning, honestly. I want to see that. But it's with all the freaking frost trolls. Frick off. Freaking troll. He's trolling me. But yeah, I think that's all I have to add to that. That was the one game that kind of just like even Dragon Age, even though people are hating on that, even Dragon Age at least looked like it had style to it. That trailer, it looked like it had a unique art style and stuff to the character models. That looked more like a Fable game, honestly, weirdly enough. Like with the characters and stuff, and their models. but it felt Dragon Age. So it definitely fit Dragon Age as well. What is this place? I don't think I've seen this place before. Maybe I have. Lost Echo Cave. I'll go in. But yeah, that's mainly what I'm getting. I don't know about the gameplay and stuff. Maybe that stuff will be good. Oh god, it's gonna be a Falmore. Falmir or whatever. Freaking place, yeah. I got like 1 million followers, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Get out of my way! The frick. Like, look at these armor sets, too. These armor, even the armor in, like, Fable and games like this had, like, a style and a look to them. Like, you could tell them apart. They stood out and there was almost nothing like them. What is this? Why is this hanging from the wall? Huh. But anyways, even, like, the monsters in both that game and this game have, like, their unique looks and stuff. There's almost nothing else like the creatures in these fantasy universes. What the hell? Why does this look like a Falmor place mixed with a Draugr location? This is weird. I don't know which enemies I'm going to be running into. Let's steal their books, though. The hell? They got an entire, like, skilled armor set. Iron armor set up here, too. Hopefully they do a good job. There was just I don't know. I feel like the style is what's really pulling it down for me, as well as and like other things, personality, story, character development, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know how that stuff is gonna go with this game, like the personality and stuff. And I think the personality contributes to what I had a problem with the humor, so as well as just the look of the game. So I feel like it's gonna lack in that department just because of that stuff I previously talked about. But that's just my opinion. I know there's gonna be people like I'm with you. I remember when I made a video talking about how I felt with Shenmue 3, and there were clearly some fans that got mad over that. But I respected the opinion over it. As long as they weren't being rude dickheads, then there's no reason to respect those opinions because they're being utilized in a way just to be an asshole. But like, you can still disagree while not being, using your words to frickin' harass or bully somebody, which is you do not have what ingredients? Okay. What if I use fire? This. Okay, that didn't do crap. But, yeah, those are the things that, I'm, like, kind of worried about this game over. I don't know what this brazier wants me to do. You do not have a correct. Maybe it has something to do with one of those books. I'll have to check one of those books. But yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully, like, if this game does come out good, that it is true to, like, the way Fable feels and such, or it adds some really cool new features and such that rival that of the first couple of games. It would be a really weird step down if, like, they got rid of marriage in the game, as well as, like, some of the other little quirks of a Fable game and stuff that you could add. You could have your own stuff and then have all that other stuff in it and innovate on it. Make it deeper than it was. And if they just don't have that stuff, I'm just going to be kind of wowed and be like, yeah, the original Fable games are better. Also, while Fable 2's villain wasn't anything special, though I will say gets some points for at least shoving a goddamn child out the window of a freaking tall-ass building, jeez. But he died in such an embarrassing way at the end. But I do think some of the villains are memorable. I do like the villain of Fable 3, and of course Jack of Blades is a very memorable Fable villain, and villain in general. Like, nobody's going to forget what that guy looks like, nobody's going to forget that guy's motivations, nobody's going to forget that guy. He's a pretty cool villain, and one of the better villains in the entire series. But once again, I hope that they go forward rather than backwards, because that was the same weird thing a lot of other games, like take Halo for example. Halo went backwards in my opinion. Well, it was taking some steps forward with its gameplay and stuff. It was like, oh, let's get rid of playable elites. Let's release Forge mode later, twice now within 2 Halo games now. Even though it was cool for the most part, why did they have to take so goddamn long instead of day one? They always have to rely on patches and stuff. I hate how games do that nowadays. And then there's just removing certain guns, or just like certain features or modes. It's just weird. Or adding features and stuff that just like made it feel more like Call of Duty, or like it had some sort of identity crisis. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, like that's why I'm wondering if Fable's gonna do the same thing as backtracking on like what gave it its personality and its charm and such. You can still be passionate, but there are different kinds of passions. Excuse me. There's loving passion. There's probably hateful passion. I'm hoping there isn't a hateful passion, whether it's for the fans, the fan base, or the series itself, and wanting to have an egotistical outlook of being like, I can do this better, you know, that kind of crap, like the Witcher show had, where the creators were like, oh, those books are stupid, we want to do our own thing, we think we're better. And it's like, well, the author's a dickhead. Yeah, Andrzej Sapkowski's a dickhead, but yeah, no, his stuff was better than yours. Hell, the games were better than yours by a million times. You're dumb. And I hope that same situation doesn't happen with Fable, where it's like they have such an egotistical outlook on how they want to do the game. I don't think I have the required stuff for this, because I don't even know what the required stuff for this is. I'm gonna have to find out where the quest is that starts this place. Kicks this place off. So we're just gonna leave it. What's this? Okay, nothing. Unless I use a torch. I'll try a torch. But yeah, I just hope that it's worked on for the better. Sorry, pot. Hopefully they have the personality down. Hopefully they have the humor is better than what I've been seeing. Frick out of the way, Miko. Miko's such a dickhead dog. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so. No. I don't know what it needs. Anyways, I will see you next time. That's about all I have to share about Fable. Sorry if I was rambling on longer, or like it wasn't quite as structured well. I can't really structure it better, sadly, because I don't have the advantages. Especially now that my Elgato is freaking dead and I need a new one. That freaking sucks. There's always some sort of stupid ass problem. But I will definitely be getting an Elgato next month, so I want to let you guys know that that's a big goal that I'm working towards. I need to get a upgraded, better version of an Elgato that can help me record in the way that I want to, be able to edit in the way that I want to, so on and so forth. And yeah, whatever I can push in the future of my. That's seriously another troll. Your cousin is dead right here. God damn it. I just killed one of you. How is there another one already? Anyways, where are you? Oh, it's Kazargo? Carjo. Okay, Carjo. The other Tiggy is Kazargo from college. Anyways, I should do the college. What the hell? Where did you two come from? Oh. And now they're both dead. Anyways, you're awfully close. So please back up a bit. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. You have an awesome day. And, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Fable. Like, on the trailers and what you think. Is this something you're excited for, or are you not excited? Do you feel the same way as me, or differently to me? What do you feel? Come on, tell me! Anyways, bye.